And one of the things that's still here, even survived the flood of 2010, the wax museum got destroyed, but all of the handprints and footprints are still there.
Yes, sir. Over 250.
Now, if people go there, and a lot of people don't even know it exists, they just go straight to Opryland and they pass it by. But if they just take a glance to the right there in front of the golf place.
Yeah, you'll see all kinds of, every now and then you'll see people, even back in the day, even I was going through here after leaving my nephew's scoreboard over here, I saw a guy, cowboy hat on about 12 o'clock at night looking at the hand and footprints, so.
I was there when Jerry Clower put his hands and footprints.
He was a lot of fun.
I was there for Phil Vassar. And so over 250. All of those stars were right there. They were right there as they did it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they sure
did. I mean,
did.
Everybody in country music, huge stars. Name a few.
Well, a lot of them were, when Dad opened up at 1982, Dad was with, good friends with a lot of stars and stuff, especially over at the Opry. One of the first ones was royacuff, Ralph Emery, let's see here, Jeannieseely, Bill Anderson, and they would all come over and, and just, we had wax figures of Porter Wagner, and Porter did his hand and footprints, and the Jordanaires, Elvis Presley's band and everything. That was pretty exciting. And we had two or three that weren't really in country music. One of them was Tommy Lasorda. He was good friends with my pops, and then also Jim Neighbors from Andy Griffin.
Really?
Gomer Powell. So.
Golly. This would have been one of the very first ones?
Yes, sir.
And this is your dad?
That's my dad.
And that would have been, April 15th?
82.
Tax Day 82.
That's right. And then you got Little Jimmy Dickens and Jack Green, Roy Acuff.
And everybody would go to Jimmy Dickens and say, are my feet bigger than his? Well, how old would you have been in, say, 83, 85?
I was a senior in high school.
So when all those stars were putting their hands and feet in the cement, were you over there hanging out?
Yes, sir, I was. And then eventually I became manager of the Wax Museum and the Car Museum. And then I had an investment here with Willie Nelson's. And but back in the day, I was in charge of trying to get all the stars lined up, because Dad, he knew a lot of people and everything, and he goes, all right, passing the baton, you need to start making some phone calls, and that's where, Toby Keith and Kenny Chesney and, of course, some other bands that, John Rich, Richie McDonald, Lone Star, but we did a lot of them, and Billy Ray Cyrus, and one of the biggest crowds we had was charleypride.
Really?
Charleypride had a great fan base, and Travis Tritt had a great one, and it's just everybody was so so nice and everything. All the stars were.
Did you have a favorite one?
I liked all of them. I think one of the stories I liked was Alan Jackson. He pulled up in this old bus when he first started, and he pulled right up on the curb, and he did his hand and footprints. And he sat out there for about an hour and a half signing autographs.
Wow.
And people were just lined up on the sidewalk, and he sat on the step of his bus getting in, and he just sat there for hours just, signing autographs. So.
Like I said, I think I'll have to check when we go over there. I think it was the day after or the day before that I was there for Jerry Clower. Kenny Chesney was there.
Yeah,
but I didn't get Kenny, I got Jerry.
A lot of them you see that have, like randytravis, he did one with his boots on and one with his just bare feet. They would try to do different things, and then they would say different things.
What's the secret for making him last all these years?
Back in the day, we just had a formula that we did, and now I understand they have concrete to where it won't crack as bad. And as you can see, these are in pretty good condition and being here for that long.
So this was the Wax Museum. The Great Flood of 2010 knocked it out.
Yes, sir. You saw a lot of over 54 wax figures floating down the river. We got Kitty Wells, Dottie West. There's George Jones. Georgestrait.
Georgestrait, George Jones. Man, you had all the big ones. They were standing right here.
Yes, sir. That's where he did it at. Randy Ray, that was his name back in the day, and he changed it. His real name is Randy Travis. So then he changed it to Randy Travis, and but he's here twice as Randy Ray and Randy Travis.
I'm going to try to find when I was here.
I'll show you where it was at.
I was here for Phil Vassar. Here's Phil Vassar.
Phil Vassar's over here.
So, I was here June of 2001.
Red Akins, he was a lot of fun. We've even had people try to steal them, but it's kind of hard because if anybody does get under there, it just disintegrates the concrete.
Oh yes. I was here this day. I was here on June 11th, '96. Met Jerry Clower, went in the museum. I got my picture with him. If I'd have came the day earlier, I'd have got Kenny Chesney.
A few days before that was George Lindsay.
Oh yes, Judy.
We did Neil McCoy's, and also a funny fact here, Truck and Chase. If you look at Charlie's over here, it called OJ Day. That was the day that OJ was his trial and everything when he was presumed innocent. Yeah, so that's why he put OJ Day on it.
Keith Woodley.
That was a good crowd too.
This right here is a place in Nashville you can only get right here.
Yes, sir.
The Country Music Hall of Fame doesn't have it. The Grandoleopry doesn't have it. All of these country stars, legends, stood right here. And you know the exact date they stood here.
Yes, sir. And when they started, they may have been just starting up in their career, but some of them like Georgejones and royacuff were already a staple, and you know, those days were the days, no doubt. And Jen here has done a great job carrying on the tradition of everything at her museum, and you know, if anything, it's a lot better than what we had it way back in the day too. So.
Well, you were a lucky man to be a part of all of this back in the day, and I think we need to get some cement, some concrete.
We could do some more.
Stir it up and invite some artists.
Yeah.
Start a new tradition here.
Let's do
Put
it.
you in here.
Yes.
There you go.
I'll be the MC. Now, Leona, in June of 1984, you stood right there.
Yes.
Go right up there and see if you can get your... Now, you must have had some little shoes on
I
that.
had some little high heels on, I sure did. Now I got on these big tennis shoes. I'm working girl now.
There you are.
Working girl blues.
So 84, that was 42 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Do you remember that day?
I do. I was so proud of this, yes. Little bitty feet.
Look at Rex Allen Jr. over there, buddy. He got with his bare
Oh,
feet.
Tommy Collins. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, what a guy.
Where were you at in 84?
I've been with the Statler Brothers 2 years in 1984. This is pretty impressive.
But when the great flood of 2010 hit, all this was covered in water. It wiped out the museum, destroyed it, but the footprints still are here.
Oh my gosh.
Little Jimmy Dickens in 82, all these were the first ones.
Boy, I've got them little feet, buddy. Holy smokes.
Little Jimmy Dickens.
Little Jimmy Dickens, too.
Barefooted.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, I mean, that is a little teeny foot.
Wow, this is special.
It really is.
It's hard to believe that at one time all of these stars were right here doing this.
Wow.
It's
What a good
pretty
idea
incredible.
he had.
Webb Pierce.
Yeah.
That's a good singer.
You bet.
And he had big old shoes. Big feet. Stonewall Jackson. He sunk on in there when he stuck his up in there, didn't he?
Well, I'm glad they got you here, Leona.
Yep.
And you'll have to come back when we get Jimmy Fortune
You
here.
deserve that and
Yes.
even more, girl.
You betcha.
You're one of our favorite people in the world.
Thank you, thank you.